Can we control what is uncontrollable? Now, that's an interesting question, but let's talk about this. What's uncontrollable? That which is life? I mean, what is life if it's not the coming and going of everything? Everything in your experience, from your personalities, from who you used to be and who you are, from the good and bad and everything in between in your life. Even the physical substance of this world itself is life, your breath and your heart and your body and your business and your relationships. There's so much. As a matter of fact, it's all inclusive. There's nothing outside of life. Where is there no life? Now we can say the idea of life moving into death, coming through lack and into death, but even that moves back to life. Isn't that what Jesus demonstrated for all of us? Is that even when you go to death, you end up back into life. There's only life. Life. Feel that emotion. Feel that vibration here in the heart. Life. What is life? And then ask yourself this question. Do you really believe you can control it? Is that an arrogant thing to believe? Because isn't that what we try to do? We try to control the ride. We try to control what goes up and what goes down and how it moves and flows. I want to control this crazy ride called life. I want to make sure that this works and that this happens, but I don't want this to go and I don't want this to do this. And interestingly enough, we try to control both parts. What comes out, what goes away from us, what we lose, so to speak, and what's coming in. And these two things work perfectly together. Because think about this. What comes in is determined by what goes out, isn't it? Don't they have to match each other somehow? This comes in only because this goes out, and this goes out, and to allow this to come in. See, I'm a Tai Chi teacher, and I've learned through Tai Chi, there's this idea of coming and going that moves through your energy. But you can only release what wants to come in. And the more we understand these two energies, because most of the time we're only focused on one. I want to put this in. I want to get this in my life, this into my life, this into my life. But we're not paying attention to what needs to go out in order to allow it in. Do you see? Or we're focused on the other side. I just want to get away from this, and this needs to go away, and I need to lose this. But we don't pay attention to what wants to come in on the other side. It's once again like Tai Chi. It's hard to focus on both. But can I convince you of something, that bigger perspective, that higher being, that God self that we all know, right? Deep down inside, that's part of us, can see both. Can see what needs to go out in order for what needs to come in. And as these two things come together, your life unfolds perfectly. But if we're trying to control either one of these, then we will mess up the system on the other side. If I'm trying to force something in, but I don't want to let go of something else, then you see, they're going to crunch into each other and it's not going to work. I see it all the time in martial arts. But I don't want to pull this back, So there's these two energies that are kind of pushing against each other. Can you feel that? This is the trick to everything. Can you feel it? Sit with that. Can you feel that idea that the things you want to come in are ready to come in, but yet they can't because there's things that need to leave in order to allow them in? And this is causing a tug of war inside of us, isn't it? Why isn't that happening? I'm so angry and I'm so frustrated, but yet we don't understand the other side. So then we push against this. You feel that? That's the tug of war with you and your source, you and the universe. Because the universe wants to bless us. Everything is set up perfectly to allow everything to move. But if we don't allow these two sides to work together, if we don't allow what needs to go out and allow what needs to come in to work together somehow, And we only focus on one. We worry about what's going out. Oh my God, I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that. Or I really want that, want that, want that. We split these two up and they push against each other. Does that make sense? It does, doesn't it? Can't you feel the truth in that? And I recommend looking at it in your life. Where is it that these two are not being looked at? How are we supposed to know exactly what needs to go in order to bring what comes in, right? I get that. You're probably all asking that. How am I supposed to know this, Dave? That's a good question. And my answer is very simple. You don't. You allow. And as you allow life to be, and you accept it as it is, these two will naturally start coming together. And it's just like when I learned Tai Chi, I had to allow and let go and pay attention and let them. I didn't force them to come together. I allowed them to come together. What needed to go out and what needed to come in, we have to allow them to come back together. And that's what the energy of allowing is. And watch the things come and go. And as you look at them coming and going, you'll learn more about how these things come in and how they leave. And when things leave your life, let them leave. They're not going very far. This is an all-inclusive world. You can't really let go of anything. Let them go. Don't hold on to them. As you hold on to one thing, you might be stopping something else. And when things come in, let them come in. They might be trying to push or move something that you don't want out. Do you see? Allow this in and allow this to go, and life is probably going to become much better. You see, that's why I've learned not to take it too seriously, but to always recognize where I'm not allowing, because that's what resistance is. I'm not allowing my life to be as it is. I'm going to feel resistance. Recognize you do not know, I do not know what's coming and what's going, and now sit back and recognize that we cannot control the uncontrollable. Breathe with me. It must be allowed instead. Take that with you. It is my pleasure to share this, guys. Thank you so much for following along. As always, it's up to you what you receive. Hit the like button if this is speaking to you. Subscribe, share, and as always, my unconditional love and appreciation.